All right, today is April 17th, 2025. Going over today's market. Uh, let's reduce this here. All right, I took one trade today, and yeah, I was just working on being patient. Tell the truth. So let's go to the charts. All right, so let's me setting up my chart. So this is sped up. Like the other one, I didn't speed it up during the time. So I had a 1 minute buy area. What I forgot to incorporate was that this is a 1 hour buy area, and I marked it a little late. Here we have a 15-minute um, supply zone developing. I didn't mark it yet because price is very near. As you see, I'm looking at it, trying to see if I can find anything inside of it in the tick chart. I didn't see anything, so I didn't mark anything yet. But it's still an interesting level to be marked, and we'll come back to this later in a bit. So right now it's 9:37. My trade didn't come until about 11:05, right? So it's like an hour and 30 minutes after the market opens, right? So now we're just waiting. I don't see anything here. I don't see any resistance lines, any support lines. We do have one here where price bounced off of this 1 minute line right here. That's what I'm looking at, the 1 minute area. But I don't trade it like that. It's just too much information. Let's be sure that there's a lot of absorption happening. I think I was showing somebody the 4 hour, the 1 hour line, because we had this 1 hour supply. There it is. Yeah, I was showing the 1 hour supply. Price came back and bounced right off of it very nicely, as you can see. Closed right at it and then came out of it. So that's something I probably would have wanted to have traded during real time trading hours, or during this time if I could have. Nice little bounce. I saw it as I was setting up my charts way after. So still waiting. We're out now. We are about 30 minutes in. We're 30 minutes in, and price is just basically going back and forth. It's pretty crappy. I'm waiting for this 52.95 to trigger, or 53.63. This, like I said, this 15-minute supply is still setting up. I don't see a long candle out of it, so I'm not too fond of it yet. Which I would have loved to see a long candle out of that area first and then a retest. So we're just waiting. You can see that we have a lot of absorption here on the 5 minute. Then we have minor buying. We have absorption here on the 15-minute and minor buying. We have absorption here. Then we have blue. That's what I was sharing. Hold on, go back. All right, so we have that's a 5 minute strong absorption here, all right, trying to hold price up, but we have a lot of weak buyers. So when price opened up, we had a lot of volume being transacted, and then it just died out. All right, now here goes our first selling. As I'm doing this, this is happening. All right, and then you can see that volume, a lot of volume came in. This is a first selling, holding below all of this lines that we had here, below this line here. The 4 hour still hasn't decided to change yet, so we're still basically in a sense short, especially from up here and that long way from down there. So essentially we're still short. So here we're gonna get our first strong selling candle. This is the one that first started it. I'm looking to see if there's any news. Right, first started it here on the 5 minute. Right, matches back up. If I were to have drawn a line somewhere, I probably could have found a way to answer, but I don't have anything, so I'm ignoring all of this. It's just all just rubbish to me. All right, but we do get a nice sell-off. You can see price came back to this and rejected. I think if I go to my tick chart, I would find something, but it is what it is. But from there, we got a nice, very nice sell-off after this strong sell. Right from that area, came back and retested it. Very nice sell off. As you can see, I was hit that the supply and demand area at the same time, and VWAP. It was a lot there. Now once you hit that, now I'm just calculating, say, oh man, I could have capitalized on that, but whatever. Now we're starting to get sell. We're going back to settlement price. NQ is already at settlement price. It is 10:23. I still have another 30 more minutes before my entry of my trade. About 11:05, so about 40 more minutes before my entry of my trade. Price is selling off. As you can see, the 30 minutes selling off. And I think as we're going down to this time frame here, this 1 minute, I said, why do I only have just 1 minute here? And then dawned on me, said, oh, this is a 1 hour time frame. I'm gonna have to wait till the 1 hour candle to close. All right, I think something made sense around 45. So like in 10 more minutes, it dawned on me that, oh, this is a 1 hour time frame. I went back to go look at my previous trade to see what I did differently. So here, I went by so fast. So see, if we get an absorption, I like this, right? But I want to see price come out. Right? I told myself I wanted to see prices get out of that level. So I went back to go look at my previous trade. This is the trade from yesterday, my absorption reversal. It had a nice push out. It had that absorption, so I went back to see what I did. I marked the absorption level on the 5 minute, and then we had a complete absorption level on the 15-minute absorption candle. And then I entered it when I saw the buy, right? And then we went to here. I think this may have went further, but I took the sell exit here because we had that absorption. As you can see, strong move down right here with the resistance line up here. So that was my level there to exit. So I just went back to go see what I did in my previous trade to make sure that I'm kind of repeating the same things. All right, so I got the absorption area. I liked what's going on here. I said, okay, I want to see price move up at least strongly on the 5 minute at least. And then as time is going, we're still waiting for that time for it to click in my head that I need to wait for this candle to close. And I think it's just when I notice it as price is pushing up. There it is, I think. Alright, we're getting that buy. I like this. Alright, there it is, getting that buy. I like this buy. Okay. Did it click in my head yet? No, I did the 15-minute. I did the 5-minute absorption, so I just marked it. We got absorption here on the 15-minute. Is it gonna click yet? Where did it click? Where did it click? Oh, 1 hour. So it did click. It clicked somewhere. I changed it to the 1 hour. All right, because this is a 1 hour level. I think that's when did I do that? All right, so around 40. Let's move to that box. I just changed this to the 1 hour. So I said I needed the 1 hour to here it is. Boom. Okay, I added it. I need this 1 hour level to close before I do anything. All right, nice trend down, nice push up. I don't like how we're holding below the settlement price. And I entered the trade, like I said, at 5. You won't hear order filled. Well, is this the same trade? Is this yesterday's? It's the same trade. 11:05. All right, so here we see we got a nice push up, a nice volume up. Somewhat wanted to get above that absorption level. We are somewhat near. Everything is still very tight. Okay, but we're holding the tops. go. All right, I like this absorption right here on the 5 minute, on the 30 minute. Right, the 1 hour close, boom, right at it. The 1 hour close, bam, right at that level that I have from the 1 hour and from the 1 minute. A 30 minute close right there, very nicely. We got a downtrend that's been broken. We got buying volume that came out. Now we just need the absorption level to actually be absorbing. Right, this is the 5 minute, and then I went down and I went into the 30 minute to see what I could find. I believe I just marked the squares on it, but I was looking to see what I could find. I did find something right here. I found something. I like what was happening. So we have our first candle, and then I think I had my second candle. So now this is my first time actually seeing this, because I'm in the tick chart, so I don't really know what's all going on. But I see that this is the 30 minute I marked. This is the 5 minute. Price has another trend line to break, and then this is when I entered the trade. Yeah, I entered the trade here. All right. I traded 11:05:40 via the tick chart. 8, 7, there. That was my entry right here. Right as price is going. Price came down, so I took a 2-bar trade entry. If I could find it, I will show it. I took a 2-bar trade entry. Here it is. Alright, so here goes what we're looking at. Price is just bouncing around. We had strong buying volume. I think this is the first absorption level. No, the absorption level was around here somewhere. We had buying, came back down, had some more buying, and then price started did move up. We had one buy, second buy, I entered. Right, my goal was to get out at I wanted to get out at 5363. Yes, it's far, but that's my main goal was. I didn't step back to say that, oh, this 15-minute level is an absorption level. Oh, we have strong selling on the 30-minute. So I started stepping back as price is going, right? So now I bring the there it is, my 1, 2, 3 up move. Price just really starts to go as I enter. We're at my 2-to-1. We're at the first potential roadblock that we saw when price sold off initially. Where that we got that sell off right here, all right? And now I'm looking to see, is there any other roadblocks? See buying coming in, right? We're halfway between both of the extremes that I have marked, just about halfway. We're at the 50% fib. Initial balance. When do I exit this trade is the question. 11:15. All right, so we got a nice little push. I move my stop loss to break even, and eventually, as price starts to break this, I move my stop loss right below that. So right here is where I move my stop loss right below this, and then I'm waiting for either the first sign of failure, because we get in here. I do mark this here. This is the 15-minute absorption where price sold off at. More likely, I just needed to mark this buying that failed. I didn't need to mark anything else, or these that came from the 30-minute time frame where you see that long red candle. I could have marked these 3 here, right around these levels here, right? I could have marked those levels from this 30-minute sell-off, because that's where those levels came from. Then we got our first sign of selling. I wanted to get out up here. I told myself, the minute I see first sign of selling, I'm exiting trade. I could have moved, leave my stop loss maybe right down here, because we did get one more push right back up, which you don't see anymore, which is a crime shame. This is the 1 minute. I don't see my. Right, so we're at that level. This is where I wanted to at least fully exit, which is like almost like 10 more points. It's insane. But I don't see one more absorption Oh my, there it is. Oh my goodness. So I got out around this here. We moved up about, actually it's not that much. Where did I get out of? I got out of the trade at, oh, 25. So I got out of the trade somewhere down here in the mid. So this is about almost 8 to 10 more points, right? Pretty insane. About 8 to 10 more points. That would have been great. Even I got 4 or 5 of that. So, you know, I had the 15-minute absorption. I had that absorption there. You can see now, I can see how clearly absorption level that this absorption level was, and where I should have looked for my potential exit. First sign of weakness was that, and then price barely moved up, and then after that, price did take a hit. It came all the way back down until like the noon session. You can see price is really. Oh, this was insane. This move here. I don't know what the heck happened. Look, that was insane. That was even insane in real time. It was at 206.59. Let me put up the real time chart. 206.59. All right, that was pretty insane. All right, so this is real time. This looks horrible, but look at that. I don't even know. That was not even a second, and there it goes again. All right, that's insane. All right, let's bring it back one more time. So this is. Oh man, it's choppy. It's not going slow. It's not going fluidly. But it was just like that. Bam. Came back down. Bam. Again, right? It's just this was a straight 20-point move out of nowhere. All right, let me pull back up my my original video so we could finish it up. All right, so we're somewhere around here somewhere. Right, so yeah, that happened, and so like I said, my initial goal was this 5363 area, or even this 5356 area, which is my end of my resistance level for this, right? So I was hoping price would have really just damaged through, gone through that level. See, price had a lot going on. It went up, came back down, went up. I don't know who is fighting, what is fighting, what's there besides probably just the strong selling that happened in this absorption. So gotta respect that absorption here and here, but this one makes a lot more sense because it has resistance behind it. Then we see a lot of buying right here at this candle, and then price just respects all of that buying. A lot of buying right here at this candle at noon. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Now price starts to really start to climb, and I think we do get way up there. Waiting for a 15-minute proper absorption. So this one looks pretty good. So probably could have just taken a small little move there, but needed to see some selling out of that level. No, maybe this one here, right? Got this little move there. I do get like a nice double top, but the true selling didn't come until after that, right? Bam, we hit that, and then we're gonna get like an absorption sell that comes up. Right here, right? So you got the absorption on the 1 minute. We're getting the selling on the 5 minute. I mark this level here. I think we may come back one more time before selling off. Let's see if we do. Was that the best that we could get? That may have been the best that we could get. Because I think after that, price just never came back. Yeah, that was the best that we could get. So then I marked it and said, okay, let me see. Okay, there's a few times, but this here, I'll go into it in the thing in a bit. But price really sold off from that level after it came there and paused, and then went all the way back down to my absorption level right there at the end, and that was pretty much it. All right, right before the market closed, you hit that absorption level. All right, and then I was basically not at the computer. All right, so let's go find out that what that level is, and then we'll call it a day. All right, so we had that strong absorption. This is, I believe, is the should be the 1 minute. All right, yeah, so that's the 1 minute candle right here. Strong absorption out. I couldn't really get anything out of this. We do have this candle, as you can see, we have that. So this is also potential absorption. But we did have that absorption right here, which matches with that 15 minutes. So this is the first initial area of absorption, right? So when we get there, we need signs of selling, right? And we really don't get much. So we didn't get any much signs of selling. I want this to be at least as long as this candle. This is a 20 candle. This is good. This is good. That's fine. All right, so we got the 20 candle. So all of this here, right? So there's no selling. You see, there's no selling. We got the buy and buy. We got absorption buy. So price is holding. Then we had this buy here. Then we get that that 1 minute absorption. All right, so we got sell, sell. I could have entered here, stop loss there like this, risking about, was that 10 points? It should be about 10 points. Why are you not changing? All right, about 10 points, right? But as price moves up, I would have got stopped out. Boom. All right. But if I entered after this absorption, bam, bam, sell, sell, same thing. I would have entered here like this. Price would have moved up. I'm not sure if I would have moved my stop loss to break even yet, because price is, well, probably price was moving up. I would have like seen this close a little tighter. Boom, boom. I would have got stopped out, right? Price barely moved. I would have got stopped out, and then price would have went. All right, and then this would have been like the other attempt. So this is after all of that. Let's go here. Right now we have, okay, we have a selling candle now, right? So we have absorption and we have selling candle, because there's nothing really saying that price is ready to go, right? But this does say, okay, I think we're going to sell. So can I find anything in this? Yo, you just did your own thing. I can. Price comes back to this. All right, boom. All right, 1, 2. We had a strong selling. All right, price came back to that. All right, let's enter now. Stop loss about 10 points. 20 comes back, drops another 35 before it reverses. All right, so we got, okay, ready to go, right? Because I really didn't know what was telling me it's ready to go. Sorry, I gotta sneeze. Sorry about that. All right, so I didn't know what was telling me that it was ready to go. Looking at this, but now that I'm able to look back, I can say, oh, we had this selling candle, because we had the absorption, but we never had a true. We had a selling candle here, where price held, but we don't have anything here saying, hey, I really want to get out. Like this absorption candle say, I'm really tired of this area here, but this selling candle, bam, was very significant. This absorption candle was also telling us what's going on, and then we came back to it very nicely, and then that was it, right? And price sold off. So um, just waiting for something like this stands out a lot. All right, this stands out a lot. We've got the absorption here on the 15-minute. Would like to see another push back, but nothing really. So, but at least with some of these, I would have been able to, at least if I were to enter early, I would have been able to stop at break even. So that's it for me for today. Not quite sure what the market is doing. I wanted to look for an entry on this day for a bull run. All right, let's go to I think I wanted to look for an entry for a bull run, but the market did not give me anything I could trust. Right, we've been below this entire cloud the entire time. Right, so it kind of like messes up everything that I had, because these were the other ones over here, right? And well, they're also below the clouds the entire time, but they were above that candle that started the buy, right? They came above it, held, came down, and then moved above it before really getting going. This one here came above it, stayed above it the entire time. Also blue reversal. Now also had like volume actually stepping in afterwards on the daily, right? So we had some volume here, and here. We had volume on this one. Also had some form of volume stepping in, buying here, right? This one, shoot, maybe even this weird one that I couldn't figure out had volume coming in afterwards, right? This one here, maybe even no, that one didn't have any volume. Price was just doing its own thing, but I'm not sure what this is. But price came here, pushed up. Now that I'm looking at it, price, this was strong buying. It's kind of weak, but still, there's no volume here. Right, it's been pretty empty, so because we haven't been able to get above. So I don't know. So if we can get above, that's a different thing. But if we stay down here the whole time, we may continue on the downtrend. All right, because this I thought was gonna start the bull run, and after this one day here, which is 648 points, each time, 382. Look, it got smaller and smaller. Then we had a breakout, and then it's just small, right? Today we barely moved, right? Today was just a chop day. Yesterday was even more of a chop day, felt like. So the 15th, oh my goodness, I'm glad I was even there. That was a horrible day from what I saw. So price has just basically been really snaking it, and then we may have a breakout to the upside or to the downside. So alright, so that's it for me for today. Be back tomorrow. Actually, no, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Market's closed tomorrow. So that's it for it. Be back either during the weekend when I'm setting up my charts,